Looking for the administration, found the office. You know what's really weird? Three sides, right? One, two, three, four, five, six, nine. This is the face of Rubik's Cube. This is the end rotation. Why? You turn your cube this way, right? Doesn't matter. You turn it this way. What starts off as an N will now complete as a Z. If you move Rubik's Cube, where's my Rubik's? We can only play with truth. For those who have just entered into the room, I'm not a professional. 75% of the time, I'm not sure what I'm doing next. I'm more in line than out of line all the time, understanding that the relativity of our minds is the information that we perceive of the vibration that we inherit every time we breathe. Sleeping at night gives us that REM sleep, which is actually bringing in the premeditated thoughts from an outside source. The sun, the moon. We're inside here. Would you like to know where we are? I have to take this thing apart to show you. We're the turning element that's inside of there. We're nothing else. So this Rubik's Cube, can I get three colors together? I'm going to try and line it. I can't. I have to take off this. You see, I blocked it. I blocked it. I can't turn it. This one over here, because just one of these turned, nothing else turns except for around this way. Once you set one of this off, now you cannot turn the other way. You only can turn this way. Now put a cap on it on each side. Call it Earth. Where's Earth? I figure Earth is on top of this. What are we going to speak about first? You see the color? I went from the outside and then I ended up on the inside. I started on the inside and I ended up on the outside. I went through these blocks, and then ended up on the outside blocks. All these blocks, 3, 9, 3, 9, 3, 9, 3, 9, to sky, 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 sky. These blocks over here say 1, 7, 1, 7, 1, 7, head and tail, head and tail, head and tail into the sky. And then I come on over here. What is it here? 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. 7, 9, 9, 9, 9, 7. Number here, this over here, and this over here. All this and all this. These are all 2s, these are all 8s, these are all 4s, these are all 6s. They turn into each other. 4 becomes 6, and 6 becomes 4. Rubik's Cube. Just the reality of Rubik's Cube. That's all I'm explaining. In order to have, we want a square. Here's the square. But every time we pick off the diameter of it, it becomes the outside of this. Then this becomes the outside of that. Each in its own diameter. Because every area has its own space. Hockey and strikes. Because after 3 periods and 3 strikes, you're out. The game is over. Balls says you're on base. You start again. The leap year, you get another 24 hours. Why do you get 24 hours in the leap year? Because in the first year of the leap year, we lose 1 day, right? The leap year, no, we lose 0.25 of a day. We lose 6 hours in the first day of the leap year, 6 hours in the second day of the leap year, 6 hours in the third day, 666. And the last year, we regained 24 hours without losing the 6 hours at all. So we lose 666 and continue on to the 6 hours. Ohio is the 15th letter. 15th letter, H and I is the 8th and 9th connecting letters that connect the 2 O's on each side. 15 and 15 on each side. 8 and 9, H and I in the center. 8 and 9 is 17, the head and the tail. 32 and 32 equals 64. When you say 23 to 46 is double, but 23 to 64 is a difference of 41. That's your DNA mark. Why is it 10-4? I'm going to try and get this real close together. We're going to show you something. Here's a 1. And here's a 1. Okay? We're going to show you this one over here. See this 4 over here? Remember the peg leg? You remember the peg leg? That's right. You add on the peg leg to it. So this 4 actually putting the peg leg of 1, because 1 is a little number. It's down here. It's one box. It's a short line. That's all it is. It's 1. So that ends up to be your H, ends up to be 10. Here's the first part of your H. H and I. This is the way they mark the I. It's 10. It's 10 and 40. It's 10, 4. 10 and 40. It's 50. It's the blue world. It becomes 16 and 46. 62 equals to the AC energy. Where am I in this? First, we're going to do this one. 222, 313, 222, because we don't have the spirit. The spirit is all passing in the center. We've turned Rubik's Cube, right? We turn Rubik's Cube around. We move the center to the center. We move the ends, and we move the center to the center. Center moves with spirit. 313 is 7. 222 is 6. 222 is 6. 6, 7, 6. 13, 13. 13. 6 by 7 is 42. 55, 55. The 110 comes down. 322 is 7. 212 is 5. 322 is 7. 57, 75. 77 times 75 equals 57, 75. The spirit of 76. Okay, why the spirit of 76? Because this is 1, 0, 1, 0. This is your 10, 10. 1 and 0 equals 10. 5 and 3, electric company. 5 and 3, electric company brings the 10, 10, and the 5 and 3 into the 7 worlds. 5 and 2, and 3 and 4. 5 and 2, and 3 and 4. 2 and 4 equals to the mind, 86. RUSTOX, these are all 39. This says sky, 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 and rust oxidized. Sky, sky, sky. We live on a planet, net 10. Planet, net 10, not on the earth. Planet, 16, bring me the light. Bring me the light of L in her house, in her eye, passing through the sun, or is it passed through the moon? LP, it's a record player. What size is the record player? What size is the record? We play it on the same player. P and L, 12 and 16, 28, 28 parts of the moon. And where A, what does A show us? Well, the minute you design the A, it says where's that? If it where's that, it means there's more than one place. When you use the big A shows to the left and to the right because of the angle of the A. If you have a square A, it's showing you two sides to the A and not the point. It's going around the point. That's what your A does to you. And it also creates automatically showing this is one area, I put another for another, and it creates the M because we don't need these going up. Once we create the M into my next cube, both of these show that it's coming down. If you continue this down here, it becomes the Y. This is IV, extending for 4. So that once this is extending for 4, I need 3 of these. I have this one here, then I have this one here, and I have to make another one here. The minute you turn this around once, okay, you know everything. Okay, you know everything because you know on the opposite of red is white. The opposite of red is white. You already know once I turn it this way, the opposite of yellow. Hold on a second. Wait a second. What's wrong? The opposite of orange is white. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Something's really bizarre. The opposite of blue is green. So once you see this green and this red, you already know by seeing this, you see blue. By seeing this, you see orange. I showed you two. What's missing? White. White's the only one missing. White and yellow. You know what's funny? I can't see. White and yellow are missing, so you know the whole cube. Number 23. What's so special about number 23? The reason I really came on here is because number 23 is created, okay, with 4 and 19. But why can't we have any other number 23? I'm going to explain to you what this number is all about. First, ST. Second, ND. Third, RD. The last one to create fourth is the first number in the TH family that ends at 19. And it ends at 19 because of the French and the English, and then we get the 20th, 10 and 10 equals to 2 world. 10 and 9 equals to a total of 1 and 9 equals to the 10. And inside of it, the maximum number of boxes is 9, 19. The beginning of the four corners of the 360 degrees is 4. 194 is the spirit inside Uranus, the TH family. When you add them all up, okay, from 4 to 19, the total is 184. 1 to 19 equals 190. Take away ABC. ABC is the first dot. B are these two corners. That's your 3. After that, you show these two corners. You have the two corners on this side and the two corners on this side equals to your 4 corners. That's how we create this. 19 and 4, 23. If we create 20 and 3 for 23, 0 equals 6, we now have the birth. The next one absolutely just creates the birth. It shows creation. The next one will show you 21, which is the cube, and the 2, showing you that it is Venus. 2, 4, 6, 8, Venus. 2, 4, 6, 8, it doesn't matter where you show me the cube, they're all 2s. If you say 4, you're talking about that one. You tell me 8, oh, you're talking about that one. You tell me 6, you're talking about that one. A number, because I gave it a number, it has a value? There's a value of the area it stands, the coordinate space. Jumping over now, so we did this over here. Now if we had number 21, now what if we had number 1 and number 22? Well, that would say Vav, that would say life. 22 is 2 and 2, means a crisscross corner. And 1, you would actually say number 5. And number 23 is number 5. So if you went with 22 and 1, you're talking about both sides, the crisscross, the skull bones connecting life. There is no more. How many ways to 23? 23 in itself is a reality, and where 23 and 54, the sun. 54 and the sun come together. A, B, C, D comes together to create this and creates Aleph. 5 and 6, creation. 50. This number over here, 979, the gateway of the birth, will now create 127, 127. It creates 2 suns. It says here 257, 127, 127. A, B on the piano with G, okay, creates the word big. 23 is 2 times 7 and 2 plus 7 equals 14. 2 times 7 is 14. And 9 equals 23. N, W, I, win. The other 23 is 5 times 3, 5 plus 3. They will create 5 times 3 is 15, 7 times 2 is 14. 14 and 15, the first 4 numbers in pi. 14 and 15 is 29, equals 9 and 2, the next 2 numbers in pi. 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 1 and 5 is 6, equals to the next 2 numbers in pi. 254, the 254th day happened on 9/11. 73 Nibiru, coming in of the red sun of creation of the cube. They can't stand away from the numbers because the numbers do all the talking. Inside the word 8 in French, wheat, is 2929, created by the sun. Inside of number 27, 27 and 27, red and red, equals 2 suns. It takes 2 of them to create the 2 suns. 5 and 4 comes from 1 and 4. 1 and 4, 4 is talking about the 4 corners. Talk about the 4 corners, 1 and 4. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is 5 and 4. Creating of the sun. We automatically need 54 for that. It takes 2 of them. If we create 1 more, it becomes 81, and it's Venus. We already know it's 2 suns because there's 4 areas of Venus, except 2 of the areas in Venus. 2 of the areas in Venus are right here in the center. 1 sun here and 1 sun here. 1 sun goes to this side, the other, this sun goes here, this sun goes here. And we have a rotation, or this sun into this sun, and the 5 distributes the sun. 1, 2, 3, 4 parts of Venus, 2 are in the middle. These are in between, the sides. These are 2 sides. We split here, side to the left, side to the right, the spirit matrix, 825. '81 is Venus. 27, 27, 27, 81. 108 is 36, 36, 36. 0 equals 6, 168. That becomes the week. And how do we create it? Because God goes to sleep. And we wake him up, bringing in the light. The 0 in 108 and 3 times, 3-sided pyramid, 360 degrees. Sorry, 3 sides, 360 degrees, is 108. In between the 3 is 2, 110. 110 stories to tell. This comes out of the 7th gate of the birth, because now we need 9. Once 9 is woken up, 1 is gone, 3 is gone, because 3, where 3 was in the card in the center here, 7, 9, it becomes 797, or 999, 27. The other wave of the sun, 27, equals to your 54. There is nothing that's alone. You have a prime number, 47. Well, 7 times 7 is 49. So you have to go reduce it, and you have to understand in that house, there's something about 2, which is Venus. There's something about 1, which is alpha, the passage that Venus is between. 1 and 2 is calculated right there. Who are you talking about, 1, 2, or 3? If you put 3 and 1 together, you got 4. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. Add them up, you got 10. Which side of the rib are we talking about? Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Let me take another look. I mentioned that in the hockey playoffs for the Canadians, it's going to be those special numbers. We talked about this over here before. I didn't mention this. What can I do with 147? 3 times any one of them is 3, 12, 21. Forget about the 3, because it's a combination of what this can do. A combination of what we do to get this, so it's 33. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals 5 and 5. 3 plus 1, 3 times 1 equals 3 and 4. 3 and 4 equals 19, and 7 becomes 0 equals 6, equals 57 or 67. If you're talking about the center of the circle, and the circle, the outside is 8. This inside is one number, but the number is a 5 because it's got the 5 position because it runs everything on the outside. 5 runs everything on the outside because 9 goes into the center. 9 goes into the center, so instead of having 7 numbers, okay, 9 numbers, take away everything in the center, that's 5 numbers. All you have is 4 numbers, but you need the center, you get 5 numbers again. If you use 1 number to the right, you get 6. 0 around is 8 numbers. It's 8 numbers, okay? But we're not going to use this number or this number. We're using these numbers here. Leave out this, we have 7 numbers. So we have 6 and 8. We have an 8 number total. We use 6. We don't use these 2, and don't count this one. This is alpha, the passage, what comes in. 67 and 19 is 86. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 6 and 8. These 2 will create these 2. We've got the body and the mind, but unless we bring the spirit within, it ain't going to do anything unless we give it life. Start breathing. 9 and 8, or 86. 86 is a representation of Ohio, because when you flip them over, it becomes 98. 9 and 8 is H and I. 6 and 8 is 101 from the 7th gate. Ohio, H and I, inside Ohio, is 8 and 9. It's actually 6 and 8. 6 and 8. So if we have 6 and 8, we have 6, 6, 8. But 6 and 8 come together equal 14. That 6 and 8, 14, will say green. 7 times 7 is 49. The representation of 8 is 49. 6 and 8 are the green balls in pool. Stripes and solid by each side, and they're 101 and standing between 0 and 0. 8 and 9 is now 6 and 8. 6, 14, or 15, 14, 15. And it tells you all about pi. 6 and 8, flip this upside down. Why? Because 9 and 8, which is H and I, which connects both sides, is living in the mind of 6 and 8, putting 2 square tables together with 4 sides each equals 8, and bring them together and now be 6. The inside will just be a little bit longer. That's all. 2 squares become a rectangle. Instead of looking like it's really square, now it looks like it's thinner and longer, but it's always the same when it comes apart. This equals 6, 6, 8, 6. 6 and 8 come together as 14 in green. 15 and 14 equals 29. 14 and 15 are the first 4 numbers in pi. 1 and 4, 1 and 5. 1 and 4 is 5. 1 and 5 is 6. 3.1415, 9265 equals to pi 1514, and it comes out of Ohio. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.